Here we go, folks. We're at the desk, and it's now time to talk about everyone's favorite undead thingamajigam. It's zombies, baby. And you guys may have seen this online. Round-based zombies is back, and honestly, I'm stoked. It could be better than ever. I think it is going to be better than ever.
There's only one way to find out.
And how? Yeah, that's right. So now we will have 2 maps at launch, and one of which we're going to be debuting here live at Call of Duty Next. So, folks, welcome to Liberty Falls.
There's a place just round the bend. A place by the name of Liberty Falls. 1991's fastest growing town in America, and it's plain to see why. It's a place of simple tastes. Neighbors help one another. Where church ain't just for Sundays. So if you're passing this way, be sure to stop on by. We're dying to welcome you.
Pre-order digitally and instantly unlock the Reflect 115 camo pack in Modern Warfare 3 and Call of Duty Warzone.
Steve Bianchi and Anthony Saunders. Guys, that Liberty Falls trailer, as Alex said, it's going to leave a mark.
It's intense. It's incredible, right?
Yeah. Small town.
It was peaceful. It's a little more dangerous now.
Yeah, it looked like it would have been a good time out with the family. Now, not so much.
We've been riding the zombies hype train since reveal, and I feel like I just hit a new level there. But there are 2 awesome round-based zombies maps that launched with Liberty Falls and, of course, Terminus Island, which we've been talking about over the last few weeks. What does it feel like to just have both of these out in the world now?
Oh, it's so awesome to have basically Zombies Month, where we've gotten just so
it really
much
has
time
been,
to show off all the hard work the team's been doing for the last 4 years, and showcasing both maps, very different. We'll get into that, but it's just been great.
Yeah, lots of hard work over the years from the Zombies team. And Steve, Liberty Falls kind of feels like a new setting for zombies. Like you said, the small town, it's bright. It feels like a little bit of a different place. What's this map all about?
Yeah, it's this really idyllic small town. It's in West Virginia, but now it's like the site of a zombie incursion zone. So watch out, it's just destroyed immediately, right? It's crazy, but there's so many details when you look around the map and all these little shops and things like that. It's such a built-out world. It's great, and there's actually all these little stories about the people who used to live there, and some little side quests that maybe you'll find.
You guys, side quests never.
So
what?
Yeah, you gotta wait till it comes out. But,
yeah.
And of course, Black Ops 6 is set in 1991. So first look at this map on Liberty Falls. It really seems like we're embracing that early 90s era, where of course we see it all over Black Ops 6, but this has got that nice nostalgia.
Oh, yeah. So, Terminus is a little hard to get that 90s vibe when you're in a remote Pacific
a dark prison.
Yeah. I've been to a few prisons in the 90s. So
Liberty Falls is really like where we got to just embrace everything from nostalgia, 90s. I think everyone here was a child when they were in the 90s.
Yes.
And so just to bring all these little elements, so for me, it's like the comic shop, bowling alley, video store.
You remember brick and mortar stores, right?
Some fun.
I used to actually work in a video store in the late 90s, with VHS tapes and all
No
that.
shot.
So
Yeah.
make sure
When they existed.
always rewind, right?
Yeah, be kind
Yep,
and
exactly.
rewind.
Yep.
So you mentioned Terminus, and we know that Terminus is set concurrently, right, with Liberty Falls, because you see the dates and the trailers.
Yes.
So people were putting 2 and 2 together on that. What are going to be some of the biggest differences, though, between the Terminus experience versus the Liberty Falls experience?
Yeah, so Terminus, or rather Liberty Falls, has a deceptive calm compared to like the more immediate threat you feel when you load into Terminus. Terminus is dark, it's claustrophobic immediately, so you feel that threat. The brightness of Liberty Falls will have you feeling almost kind of safe, like maybe you could hit up Yummy Freeze, get a couple scoops, but this is zombie
Don't
zone.
tempt me.
Yeah, you know it's not all good. As you explore the map, you'll start to see the signs of the outbreak. You'll see the signs of a failed attempt to contain this thing.
Okay.
So, you know, it'll be everything that you expect. And what we want this to do is like set, you know, we want it to be easy to pick up, you know, but hard to master.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot for players to chew on. It's a smaller map, so again, a lot for players to chew on while they try not to be chewed upon. There you go.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm going to write that one down. But speaking of story, because you kind of hinted at it a little bit, it's a failed attempt at a containment, which means, you know, we got to look at the cinematic earlier this week that's going to set up the map. And damn, there's some spooky things happening in there. You know, we're seeing for the very first time the man himself, Edward Richtofen, since Black Ops Cold War. And he seemingly is going to get yeeted into another dimension here by the ether. What does this mean, Kevin?
Well, you know, I think it's the cinematic, first of all, is incredible. But I don't think this is how we expected to find Richtofen, and it's a bit of a change of expectations. We're not going to give anything away right now.
Okay.
But we're really just setting the groundwork for the game in this cinematic. It's basically whatever you saw at the end there, and Richtofen.
Well, and also too, we see his family. You know, I'm going to make some assumptions here. It seems like they were violently murdered, or there's some sort of very.
I think they just were out at the sun too long.
I hope he doesn't have those nightmares.
No sunblock on the picnic. That'll do some things to you.
Yeah. So up until now, we've really been framing him up as this villain.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's done terrible things to our crew on Terminus Island. But now we found out some terrible things have happened to him. So it's a bit more gray than you might have initially thought, right?
Yeah, we're adding some complexity.
Yeah, the best villains are always the ones that believe that they're doing the right thing, you know what I mean? There were some really sick moments in that trailer as well, so you can definitely get the vibe that there was, it's going to be pretty wild. I'm excited for it.
And you did talk about the end there. I'm gonna push on a little bit. You tell me no. Was that a Maxis voice that I heard there?
No, you could make some assumptions there. If you played the end of Cold War, some things happen that really kind of translate here, and you can kind of connect the points.
So is that what you would suggest players start if they want to get into the story?
While we're waiting, if you want to jump into Cold War, it's a great time to go check out those main quests and get ready. The story.
Yeah, I've been replaying Cold War Zombies. But all right, we're headed right into Zombies gameplay here. But a few quick things for those of you watching at home. We are spoiler-free today. We do not want to ruin the moment. Play it at launch. So the main quest and all the Easter eggs are actually turned off. And of course, the dedicated crew is back in round-based zombies in Black Ops 6. But since Liberty Falls happens concurrently with Terminus, dedicated crew's busy. They're trying to break out of prison, so they're not at Liberty Falls. We're going to see a different set of characters played by the folks here on that map today.
Yeah, and so, should be waiting any minute now to be jumping into the action, but it seems like once that's good to go, Black Ops 6 Zombies is live. There you have it, and we are in to the action. We're going to be sticking around with this one for a little bit, talking about what we're going to be seeing, and I mean, I'm just excited to have round-based zombies back. That is going to be really exciting, just fun, just, you know, kind of to see how far you can climb, right? That's always the gimmick, you know what I mean? You want to see how far you can go on that one.
So guys, we're already at round 10. Where on the map are we right now?
This is the bank here, so they're inside. You can actually get up on the roof of here, too. We call this the Alamo. It's like the last holdout that they had here, Project Janus. So it's actually where you'll find the Wonder Fizz inside here. Yeah, we have Juggernaut. This is kind of the classic central point of the map, so there's a lot of good things, a lot of connections you can make between the two major sections here.
So we see we're in this mission right now, Liberty Falls. Who's your handler? You know, like what's the goal of the Liberty Falls mission?
Right, so we actually got introduced to our handler in the cinematic, John Blanchard, and he's the head of Janus Security.
Okay.
You know, Richtofen told him, lock it down, try to protect Liberty Falls. As we see here, they didn't really succeed. So you enter as an outside group, and he mistakes you as part of Project Janus. So he starts to team up with you and guide you along to try to salvage the situation, see if anyone's still alive, figure out what's going on, really just try to contain.
But you said that he assumes that you are a part of the group.
So you might not be.
You might not be.
Oh.
TBD.
Yeah. Okay, all right. That is, I'm quite curious to see how that story plays out with there, but that's going to be pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have someone in the bowling alley here. This is Liberty Lanes. And there's my guy, Mr. Peaks. Little neon Mr. Peaks on the wall.
How did he
Great place
take
to do
over
some
that ball?
training there on the bowling lanes.
Oh,
run around
and we're
get some
crafting.
space.
We're at the crafting table.
Oh, there
Yeah.
we go. Yeah, so Crafty's
All kinds
back.
of goodies.
You can make support, which is mostly score streaks, but a self-revive. We're actually limiting how many self-revives you can craft a game now to 3.
So only 3 per match.
Make it a little
Yep.
tougher in higher rounds, less opportunities.
I
to
definitely
survive.
needed that. I needed.
Oh,
yeah.
here's our first abomination,
Okay.
and he's gone.
I mean, that ray gun is. You can always leave it up to the ray gun. Yeah.
Somebody, of course, Lego lock out the ray gun.
So the ray gun has a new look that we're.
Yeah, so
Get to it later.
the weapons team did an amazing job. They remodeled the weapon and gave it a huge polish pass. So, like the weapon inspect, it looks amazing. You actually see the cartridges as you reload.
There's a lot more
another-
animations when he's firing it too. You could see it was revolving around there. So it's
Yeah.
really neat. Yeah.
I'm sure we're going to get another ray gun look as we get further into Liberty Falls. Benny Central here, round 11.
Yeah. Now, something I'm curious about, because the world looks very lived in. It's got a lot of, it seems like it has a lot of layers to it, and there's a story to be told in the map itself, right? So, what is like being in this map? Like, how does this relate to the players? Like, are there going to be some goodies that they could find around here? Like, what do we have?
Yeah, we have an epic main quest here in this map that you'll be able to experience when it comes out. And, as part of that, we are really upping the challenge this time around. So I think people will be pleasantly surprised of what they need to do to kind of do, challenge their skills and their puzzle solving abilities. But, we also have some really cool rewards for that as well. So we have new operator skins, and actually for the first time, Wonder Weapon skins as well.
Wonder Weapon skins. That is something that I think people are going to be
The ability to
very
make your ray gun look like a different ray gun.
Yeah.
We're super excited for the day one hunt, on this map. Everyone's really stoked working on the map. We can't wait.
Yeah, I'm not going to get a lot of work done that day. I got to be honest with you guys.
Yeah.
If you're looking for anything, I'm going to be busy.
You can definitely also see the Omni movement as well playing a role in this too, right? That has to add a different layer to this, because now, before you're like, oh, I got to turn around and run. But now you could just
It's a
slide
global
back.
system.
Yeah, you can just move away. Has that added some fun layers to the zombies experience?
I'd say definitely with PhD Flopper, you could see up on the hill there, you grab that, you run and jump down, do an awesome back dive and explode, and it's great. It's really cool.
Yeah.
The movement makes it so fluid to get around.
You can run backwards now, but there might be zombies behind you, so it's not necessarily an advantage.
It's
but
safe to assume there are zombies anywhere.
yes.
Yeah.
So
I think-
actually, we have third-person mode.
Yes,
in
and we're
zombies
seeing it
now.
right here.
There you go.
Oh,
so
snap.
That's kind of a nice way, if you're able to play like this, to get a little bit more, awareness behind you.
Wow, I did not
cooking.
realize that. That is actually really cool. And then you can also see just like the wild slides that go through it as well.
We're
How
showing
awesome your
off.
operator
It
is
does.
too,
It shows off Omni movement really well.
Yeah. No, that's pretty damn awesome. So now, in terms of main quest, can we confirm here that they're like every map is going to have like a main quest
Yes,
at launch? Yeah?
definitely. We'll have both at the launch. Both these maps will have main quests that we're super stoked for people to play. We've been putting a lot of effort in, tuning and balancing these things. So it's going to be a good challenge. We can't wait.
Should we be expecting that difficulty to be climbing up and again harder and harder?
Yeah, I think
We're always trying.
Yeah.
It's tough when the world is trying to solve a single puzzle, but it's like we always want to make sure the steps are intuitive, but hard to discover initially. It's an interesting balance, and we always give it
Yeah.
a shot every time, and
Well,
always trying to hone it
challenge
on.
your skills too,
Yeah,
right?
of course, of course.
Yeah. Ultimately, we want more people to dive into the main quests and enjoy the narrative, discover the narrative in zombies. Anthony, what have you got for players who might be newer to zombies with Black Ops 6?
Yeah, so in BO6 we have what we're calling directed mode, which as the name suggests, will help direct the players through the main quest. What we've done is allow the quest, or rather the rounds, to progress as the player opens up the map and completes the quest. So as they finish steps, the rounds will ramp up. It'll help keep things under control. We've given it a general cap of round 15, so things will never get too crazy for the players.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're really excited about
So if
that.
you've never really dived into the zombies experience before, that is like the best way to do it, to like acclimate yourself to that gameplay.
Yeah, I know. I think we all know someone that is just either been intimidated or just hasn't been able to get into the main quest because of the difficulty, and we're hoping that this will be a good on-ramp for them. Oh,
We're seeing a trap.
what up?
It's Etherella.
Just in.
Etherella.
Yeah.
So this is a new trap just
my
on Liberty
word.
Falls.
Yeah.
Tell us about Etherella here.
This is a life-size action figure here from a comic book, right? That actually you can fire this up, and she blasts zombies with her laser death beam eyes here. But you gotta watch out there because your head could get clipped too. So
think,
be
yeah.
sure to crouch.
Oh, yeah.
Big guy
we
was
saw-
taking some shots there.
Yeah, Big guy was taking some collateral damage.
You don't want to hang out in the comic book on top of the counter there. You might get blasted during that. But there's great witty comments as part of that as well. It's really fun. And there's
fun.
another trap they might come across here as well. The Dark Ether Field Trap is around here, and that's a really cool project. Janice set those up. And actually, it'll slow down and dissolve zombies actually when they're in there. And you can kind of
we love dissolving zombies.
and lure them, but you don't want to linger there too long either. It's going to impact you after a little bit of time. So those are really fun too.
A good
be on the
zombie.
lookout.
Yeah, a good zombie dissolving goes a long way for the soul.
Rampage inducer.
Now, I understand as well, because there are a lot of new things that are going to be coming to zombies. It looks so fun.
Oh, somebody's got the jet gun.
Somebody's got the jet gun. Okay, so
Speaking of,
Hutch,
jet gun.
one of the OGs, we could talk about this. Every map has its own unique wonder weapon
Yeah.
in Black Ops 6.
Yes.
Indeed.
What are we looking at here?
This is the jet gun, right, for this map. This is a favorite returning, maybe fan favorite from Transit that we're actually boosting up here, and you're not going to break it apart now, right? Like last time, you're going to actually keep it. It just overheats. So once you construct it, you have it. So obviously, if people haven't played it before, it's made from a big jet engine. So it's going to suck in all these zombies, chop them up, kind of spit them out the back end of that. You can actually pull in, salvage, stuff like power-ups. We have weapons and things like that too if you get. So it's really fun to use that weapon, just cranking through the zombies. But it also has a new specialty weapon blast that you can do and charge up, and it fires off. And
that's sick.
Yeah.
Into
It's like to hear that.
In case of emergency, break glass type scenario.
Yeah, for sure. Well, like I said, a lot of new things that are going to be coming to this. We just saw even things that are returning that are getting a fresh coat of paint on it. But also, I want to talk about the new perk machines as well, because there's one name in particular that I absolutely love, the Melee Macchiato. It's just too good. What is it? What can you tell us about it?
So this perk machine is new, and it is everything that is 90s. We've got grunge rock, we've got boxing, we've got coffee. So
Coffee shops, what's
coffee
better?
shops.
Yeah.
So Melee
Called a cup of
Macchiato,
Kino. Wait till you see what it costs. Yeah, nice.
You drink it, it replaces your gun butt with this lethal punch that sends zombies flying. Really fun to use. It also ties in nicely with our dedicated melee, which is also coming to zombies. So when you bring your baseball bat and your knife in, it buffs the damage for that as well. So it's a really nice perk, especially early rounds to get a kind of a heads up.
Here's the armor buy, which is new.
Yeah, so we've moved armor as wall buys instead of, it used to get it, you'd have to get it from the arsenal. And so now it's such an important thing that we thought we wanted to get that out there at the level, and it's part of the core progression, right? You're deciding, do I want to get Jug or do I want to get Tier 2 armor?
Yeah,
right?
and
that kind of thing.
And that can obviously, be your undoing ultimately, or it could be the thing that bails you out in the end, right?
Prepare accordingly.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's not just about, all of the new things coming to Zombie, because we actually have some really awesome things returning from previous Zombies experiences that have that exciting twist on top. And one of those things that's hugely important is gobble gums.
Yeah, so we might have seen it somewhere around here, but we've got several gobble gum machines in the world. Gobble gums are a consumable buff system that was first introduced in Black Ops 3. They're really fun. You use them and you kind of break the rules. It gives you little really powerful abilities for a little bit of a time, or it kind of progresses your growth. We made a lot of improvements this game, so you always have to earn things in zombies. So it's still important. You make your pack in the front end, but once you get in, you still have to go to these machines.
Yeah.
One's free every round.
But you can earn them just through playing, to your point.
As you play, as rounds turn, you always have a chance to earn a gum.
Okay.
What's new and really cool is we actually allow you to take 3 and store them on yourself. So you can actually kind of strategize or make combos and decide how to use them. It uses the score streak menu, very similar to MP. So if you're familiar with that, kind of sorting between those, you can do it here.
Yeah.
Really excited to see how people are going to kind of
just feels like you guys
configure
are
these things
doing
out.
such a great job of just making sure that like the person who only plays multiplayer can go over to zombies and also feel at home with like some of the mechanics that kind of transfer over, which I think is really cool. Yeah.
I mean,
And that's the awesome thing, especially about like Omni movement, the global systems that are coming. We called out the HUD presets earlier, which you'll be able to see in zombies as well. Dedicated melee. We've got
just like
plenty of stuff.
so much of the stuff we do at the core is so buttery smooth. It's like we want to bring that over into zombies.
You're
It's so
making
fun
me
to
hungry.
use.
We're talking about coffee and butter. And maybe it's something about watching the zombies try to eat you that's
Yeah, it's a little bit of that, but it's a
Yeah,
different
maybe.
kind of hunger.
Yeah.
A bit more evil.
So Kevin, augments are also a huge new thing coming to zombies in Black Ops 6. And I've heard this referred to as build crafting a little bit. You get the combos going. You know, how's this going to work?
Yeah, so this is the evolution of a permanent progression system that we introduced in Cold War. This idea that the longer you play zombies, you get to power up your abilities, your field upgrades, your perks, your ammo mods, make them more powerful. What's different this time around is you're unlocking augments, and there's 6 per category of content. So you have minors and majors, and you can equip one of each. And the idea here is that depending on what you're trying to do in the game, whether it's high rounds, playing as a group, going for the main quest, right?
Yeah.
That's really going to impact how you build your augments and what you set. And so ultimately, you're making your Juggernog your Juggernog.
Yeah.
Or Juggernaut.
It's my Juggernog.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
Juggernog is not like mine, or maybe it is.
Maybe
Yeah.
it is. I'm
Could be.
a support player.
So maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
But there's over 100 of these to unlock, and it's going to be a very lengthy journey to unlock all of them. So, yeah, just really excited to see like what combos people come up with and builds.
Yeah. One thing that I always loved when at the studio, when you guys talk about the making of Black Ops 6, sort of these set of core pillars that the game was built around, and one of those is become monster. And that's something that's interwoven across the entire game, but you folks on the zombies team said, hey, we'll take that literally, and that seems like how we got mutant injection.
Yeah, it's a blast, right? So yeah, here we have it. You see, you inject yourself, and you actually can become a mangler for a limited amount of time, and you just plow through zombies and chop
goodness.
them up and blast them. It's great, you know. And we've been wanting to do this for a really long time, and the animators actually showed us like, hey, check this out. Like, let's do this. Let's make this happen in this game. So we're like, yeah. So this is the first score streak that's really meant for zombies, and it's just such a blast to play.
Also, you can
So
hear
fun.
it, the maniacal laughter coming from the. He's like, you know.
I think I feel like it's like being a chopper gunner on the ground. Like you're a living chopper gunner. It's like that level of power. And
I think you said yesterday too, like the mangler on mangler crime. If you use mutant injection on another, on a mangler.
Battle, it's great. And the VO that he says is great during that too. It's
Incredible.
hilarious. It's like,
Gotta see that.
No, for sure. All right, well, there's other things to talk about here as well. Kevin, why don't you go ahead and tell us about the Arsenal as well, and like what should we be expecting there?
Yeah, so we've really streamlined the arsenal this game, and also kind of given it a glow up. It's, it'll be found on the level. It's a one-stop shop for weapon upgrades. It's where you spend your salvage to upgrade rarity and apply ammo mods. What's also really cool though is this time it's kind of got an AI drill and sergeant. Voice, and it will actually kind of call you out. If it notices that you run nearby it, if your weapon's underpowered, it might be like, kind of shout at you.
Yeah, I love it when my NPCs judge me,
to get over here and upgrade. Because it's really important to kind of keep up with the power band as these zombies get harder and harder.
Yeah, we just heard someone wail
I just heard
on the
someone
other side.
scream at no behind us. So
that's how you know they were in a good run.
They might have hit that death animation that we've been hoping to see.
Oh man, and this the abomination is just horrifying. I am not looking. There's like one outside too, right? There's like some massive one. There's just so much to talk about. We're going to be talking about it. Don't worry, folks.
Pre-order the new half-scale DG2 Wunderwaffe replica. Bonus, all fans who grab one of these for their collection will get a gift with purchase. Exclusive gold lightning weapon camo.
Okay, we are all so obsessed.
How was that?
We are obsessed with Abby. That
Okay.
was Abby, which is our pet name for the 2-scale Mega Abomination.
Yeah,
from Black
because
Ops
he gave,
6.
he gave that thing a pet name. Oh, my word.
Abby.
She hasn't eaten anyone yet.
Yeah, she's been very demure, very respectful.
Very cutesy, very thoughtful, but there's actually a team articulating her smoke, all of the things. She did a moment for the creators yesterday as they were coming in.
Holy crap.
She is so cool.
She has to come home with us. I love her so much.
So we've been in here, so I haven't really had an opportunity to see. And, you know, I saw when I came in today, and I was like, oh, wow, that's big. You know, didn't think much about it. But when you see it moving around and stuff, that really hits home. That is utterly fascinating. And actually, as a matter of fact, you can see right there that there is a little placard. I actually have it right here.
Oh, here we go.
That's
We
right.
have officially won.
I am also a Guinness Book of World Record holder, so I'm very proud to hold this alongside my colleagues at Activision and Treyarch, because this is the largest marionette of a video game character achieved by Activision Call of Duty USA in Washington, D.C. on the 27th of August, 2024.
Abby's a star.
Congratulations,
Yeah, we're so proud
guys.
of her and
Yes.
the team that brought her
That built
here.
her at Treyarch. So thank you, Zombies team. Huge moment. Guinness World Record holder.
That's a real one. That's a real one right there. That's pretty awesome.
And there's baby Abby.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Well, I mean, again, all horrifying, but now smaller size. So that's just great.
Extra cute.
Extra cutesy. You love to see it. All right. Well, now we're ready, obviously, to talk more about zombies, Steph. But what do we have next here? Because we got a lot of good stuff here to dive into.
Yeah, we talked about Wonder Weapons a little bit. You guys got a quick look at the Wunderwaffe. Wunderwaffe, which we have all been arguing about, which is the correct way. I think I'm siding with the internet. I'm saying
I just call it the DG2 because I can barely grasp the English language.
But every map will have its own unique wonder weapon. We got a quick look at the Thrustodyne, but let's go back and have another look here.
The Thrustodyne.
AKA the jet gun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I love that it's called the Thrustodyne, but in its core, it's just a giant jet engine. It's just
it's
gonna
just
devour people.
It's Model 23, you know, it's like, what were those other 22 models?
Yeah.
Makes you wonder.
It truly makes you wonder what that first version looked like,
And we saw
the person who used it.
We saw in gameplay a little bit, but of course, we still have.
There's that blast attack. Right?
Oh yeah, the blast attack is real. We still have Old Faithful is there, so we got a quick look at the ray gun, but the ray gun has had a bit of a makeover.
Yeah,
There
look how
she is.
good it looks.
Looks so
the weapons
cool.
team knocked it out of the park.
That reload animation is so sick.
So cool. And
Man.
just, like, and it rotates, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the back spins, it rotates. You know, you can. It's,
You can
it's,
tell,
it's
like, just
beautiful.
again, a lot of work was put into that. A lot of care was
Yeah.
put into that. So you know, to the whole team.
Can't wait till you see the Wonder Weapon skin for it. You know, I'm not gonna show it
boy.
now, but
we saw a few
gonna
skins
be-
for it as well. I think some people were running
yeah,
around
you
with
can-
it.
There's Pack-a-Punch for
That
both
was
of them in there
Pack-a-Punch,
now,
yeah.
right?
Oh,
Which is
okay.
great. The jet gun can
Complete-
Pack-a-Punch too, right?
Complete the main quest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see what it
Maybe
looks
you'll
like.
see what that looks like. You know.
Now, you really can't talk about the Wunda weapons without mentioning the iconic Wunderwaffe, a.k.a. the DG2. And for all those Call of Duty collectors out there, we actually have something pretty dope to show you. Check this out.
Oh,
Bam.
there she is.
Boom. Now, not exactly, this is obviously a smaller version of it. a little bit of
half scale.
a little half scale of it here, of the Wunderwaffe DG2 replica that is now available for pre-order on the Call of Duty shop. And we saw Richtofen use the DG2 in the Liberty Falls cinematic and use it in a lot of creative ways as well, might I add.
Reloading with a zombie's head.
Yeah, it just seemed like a thing to do in the moment, right? Very cool thing to do. But of course, this right here is going to be a perfect shelf companion for your ray gun collectible that released last year, and I want this, so
I mean,
I'm going to take it.
Kevin said it best earlier. Is like, be like Richtofen, keep it next to your bed. You never know what trouble is lurking.
You get like a camo with this too, right? So you also
Yes.
get something else on top of it. So guys, come on, get out
An
there.
actual camo you can use in game for buying the Wunderwaffe on the COD shop.
Yes.
Yeah,
Incredible.
that is pretty darn cool. All right, folks. Well, with Black Ops 6 around the corner, now is the perfect time to grab this new addition to your Call of Duty collection. Of course, only available on shop.callofduty.com while supplies last. But that's not the only way to get your hands on one of these bad boys right here. Because Miles, tell us what you got for the people watching today. Let them know.
More Wunderwaffens?
Wunderwaffe, yes. You at home can have a chance to win one of 5 Black Ops 6 Zombies Wunderwaffe DG2s. All you have to do is go to X/Twitter and send a tweet with the hashtags #CodNext, #Black Ops 6, and #Wunderwaffe Sweepstakes, and you'll be entered to win one of the 5 half-scale collectibles. Chris, das ist good.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now, and I'm a little bit lazier than you, so I'm just going to scan this QR code. That's going to help me pre-draft everything, and then I can just tag you and tell you how much better I am at Call of Duty Zombies.
Oh, zombies. Hey, we got to 28, though. That was pretty rocking. How about you at home, folks? Are you ready to get into the zombies action? Here, in Call of Duty's Black Ops 6 Zombies. Absolute shenanigans here in DC. Save us, Golden Boy.
They're having way too much fun with that elevated camera.
That stage is so good.
Yeah,
I am obsessed with it.
All right. Well, look, guys, and I know there was a lot to talk about here. Briefly, I did want to touch on real fast because we had talked about directed mode real quick. But just wanted, I know you guys wanted to emphasize something real fast.
Want to call it, that is actually going to be happening after the launch. So we want to make sure we have that initial window for all of our dedicated audience to go solve that main quest the old-fashioned way.
Got it.
And the idea is, at the start of Season 1, directed mode will come out, and thereafter in seasons, to open it up for more people to experience.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You want people to, feel like, they can discover what they want to discover, but at the same time be able to introduce new players to the Zombies experience, because everyone should play Zombies.
Yeah,
it's freaking awesome.
At that point, too, you group up with your friends who might have done it already.
Yeah.
Bring them on, get your new friends involved.
Unique rewards.
Maybe join the hunt.
Yeah.
The next time around, once you got your feet wet.
So we saw this a little bit earlier in the show, but I am very excited to talk progression challenges coming to Zombies, which includes some incredibly mastery camos that you're seeing on screen now. Kevin.
Here's our time to shine. These zombie mastery camos are equally awesome as the MP. This one's Afterlife. Looks incredible, but I am really excited about Nebula. This thing, when you fire it, it actually kind of heats up in a way,
that looks cool.
And it just becomes more dynamic the longer you fire it, and it feels like you're like, I don't know, weaponizing the cosmos.
I like that. That is a phrase right there. Weaponizing the cosmos for success.
Reticle challenges and the Dark Ops challenges also coming to Zombies, plus the camo track. The camo grind is almost here. I can taste it.
Yeah.
And Prestige shared across all modes.
Classic Prestige across every mode.
And that is just really, really cool. So there's so much, just so many cool things to talk about here today. But look, if you're like me, I've been oohing and on at all the nice, juicy camos that we've been seeing here today. And I mean, again, you have so much that you can lean on here. Make sure you guys are out there, digitally pre-order Black Ops 6, or you can subscribe to select Game Pass plans and get the Reflect 115 camo pack. Of course, playable immediately in Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone. And these look really cool. I mean, just the visual is just striking in of itself there, Steph. Pretty dope.
I already have these.
Yeah.
I'm going to go home and play with them.
I don't doubt it. You have probably everything.
Yeah.
Your inventory is probably wild.
I play a lot of this game, needless to say. But it's another really cool thing coming to Black Ops 6. Zombies are evolving enemies.
Yeah.
Kevin first described this to me as zombie popcorn, which is really gross. But
Changes
Anthony,
popcorn forever for me.
Yeah, Anthony, tell us how these work.
Yeah, so basically we have what's the start of an evolutionary chain represented in the parasite and the vermin. And basically these things will pop out of zombies dynamically throughout an engagement. So kind of switch it up for you. You think you're clearing your horde, and all of a sudden a giant head pops off and turns into a spider and comes after you. And so you have to kind of change where you're aiming. It mixes things up, keeps it interesting, keeps it challenging. You have look down, look up. So, yeah, really just switches things up for you.
Because if there's one thing that we all needed, it's more ways for things to kill us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. I mean, really, it's just more creative ways.
Never enough ways to die. Never enough ways to die.
If you think these are terrifying, there's more on the way.
Just wait till live seasons.
We got stuff for you.
Oh, man, it's just nasty.
There are more coming. And speaking of things to come, Treyarch team, we've obviously got 2 awesome maps at launch, but what can you tell us what do you got in store for us and beyond that in the live seasons?
So what I can say is that the next map is going to be coming by the end of this year.
Oh,
and that is going to be
round-based zombies map.
really setting the tone for how all in round-based we are this year.
yeah, that's quite significant. I mean, you're just so many options for ways to be able to play. That has to feel pretty good for you guys and the team to be able to deliver so much like this.
It feels amazing.
Yeah, I'm personally I think we're all just really stoked about all the maps that we're going to come with. Everything just helps kind of tell the story and just pair all the maps themselves pair with the story we're trying to tell. So yeah, we're all really excited.
So excited about it. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh,
There we go.
this is a mutant injection, is it not?
Indeed,
Yes,
it is. Yeah.
Oh my word! You can see him. Go, oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the Kool-Aid Man on steroids.
I like his nod of approval.
He might be. I mean, he's all the way in 21, so Ink Flasher is retreating here as we're seeing.
We're not even getting to the rounds where it gets hard yet.
Yeah, and I'm seeing, so there is like a time frame that you have for it, so I can't just go and live out my destructive fantasies unlimited.
Yeah, it's coming back out now.
Time.
For a limited time only. Get it while it's hot. Oh man, that is so cool. It just looks absolutely devastating. That would be such a fun way to just clear massive waves of zombies.
Yep. You want to hold on to it for the right time when you really need that, and then
Look at
pop
that
that
Scorpion.
and go for it.
Wow.
Awesome.
Oh, we got ourselves a check on again.
Oh, no, that's a mangler cannon.
Oh, wait, that's the mangler?
Yeah.
So
If
you shoot the mangler cannon off of a mangler, he has a chance to drop this thing. You can pick it up and get a couple shots, or you can go craft it as well. So it's another kind of a smaller way to get some zombies.
Spend your salvage,
Yeah.
get the mangler cannon, or find it. Maim a mangler.
All sorts of ways to kill zombies.
Oh man, well I tell you, it really has been awesome to see all the things that are coming to zombies. And like I said before, it really just feels like you could feel the enthusiasm. I could tell, having talked to you guys, behind the scenes stuff, how much you love this, and it just comes across, to the game that you guys have created, but also to how you guys passionately talk about it. So thank you.
Yeah,
It's so much fun.
It was a pleasure being here. We're just excited.
Yeah, round-based zombies is back. Thank you, Treyarch team. It's been incredible to see everyone here at Call of Duty Next playing Liberty Falls, our first ever gameplay of Liberty Falls. It's been an absolute blast having you guys on the desk with us. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us here on the broadcast at Comp 6. We got Pablo Ortiz, Matt Schrontz, and Lawrence Metten to dive into everything. Yet again, I used dive again.
Dive. Let's
you know
do
what?
it.
It fits with Omni.
Whatever you want to do.
I was seeing a lot of people do diving over there. That was wild.
It works.
The amount of craziness that we were seeing from our players was absolutely incredible. This game is, I'm stoked.
Thanks to Nameless and Alley and Pocket, we've already got a meta conversation going, so we have no one better to talk about that than Pablo. We know the players can't wait to get their hands on the Black Ops 6 weapons in the beta. We've been seeing them in action. I've heard a little love for the Tonto, the XM4, the Jackal. We're going to get into that a little bit, but what was your general approach to designing the weapons for this game?
Yeah, on a high level, we really wanted the gunplay to be super tight, really fluid with all the movement that we have going on as well. But still hitting that high fidelity, like best looking weapons that we've ever done.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't that the truth, though, man? They look fantastic.
Well, we did see some of the inspect animations, too, and they are fire.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're looking and feeling great. And, yeah, a lot of variety, too. That was a big goal for us, making sure that every weapon has its own distinct identity, audio, visuals, the mechanics, all of that. So you're going to see a lot of classics returning, like the XM4, better than ever before. But it's Black Ops, so operators are getting their hands on a lot of experimental prototype weapons as well, and those start getting a little more out there.
Yeah, well, I mean, speaking of prototypes, we have some weapons coming at launch in Black Ops 6 that are completely new to Call of Duty, all new to the franchise, never been in a game before. That's so awesome.
Yeah, it's really awesome, and really just comes back to the weapons team having a blast exploring and capturing that 90s essence, which is pretty untapped for the franchise.
Yeah, we've never been to the 90s before. God.
Guys, we're very well versed in the 90s.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, personal experience.
Don't date us, Al.
Hey, I'm on this conversation too, okay?
So at launch, 12 of our weapons players will be seeing for the very first time ever in Call of Duty, which is awesome. And you're gonna get to play with a bunch of those in the beta as well.
Are they? So we will be able to mess around with those in the beta.
Yes,
okay.
I know people. I've seen a lot of Jackal PDWs.
Okay,
the Vault Edition floating around out there in the stream, and that weapon's amazing if you love playing aggressively, rushing objectives.
Again.
Yeah, if you're a little impatient like me.
Gun.
Yeah.
There you go.
So I want to see it in action later today, too, not just in MP, but very exciting.
Yeah. No, absolutely awesome. But, I mean, there's even more to talk about, too, right? Because, you know, you guys are also approaching things differently with attachments as well. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, no, this is really excited about where we landed with attachments this time around. Kind of two core pillars, right? The first was attachments should always feel really good to equip, make your weapon better, right? And the second pillar was giving players confidence and clarity so that they, you know, feel like they can experiment in Gunsmith and make their own builds without having to go online and look something up.
Yeah, you're kind of you want to empower people to have the confidence to build their own loadout, use those attachments, know what they're doing. I think that it's awesome, and we're going to hopefully see a lot of customization here at Call of Duty Next today.
Yeah, now what else should we know about attachments here? Like, because I feel like there's more than meets the eye with all this stuff.
Yeah, so, I mean, players are going to notice that there's way fewer cons across the board, and attachments are more focused on providing one or two big chunky improvements.
Got it.
And there's also, that's mostly consistent in terms of where those improvements will be on all your weapons, so that you quickly are getting into these situations where you're like, okay, I want to make my weapon ADS faster. I know I go to the rear grip, I put on the quick draw. It's that simple.
Love that.
Yeah.
And we're going to get deep into weapon progression with Lawrence here in a little bit, but talk to us about what things are shared in terms of unlocks in the attachment system.
Yeah, so for most of the attachments, you're going to go through your normal weapon leveling journey and unlock everything for just that weapon, but then optics are going to be shared within a class.
Oh,
nice.
That's huge.
Yeah, so if you're playing with your XM4, you might unlock like a red dot or something like that, and you're going to immediately be able to put that on your AK, no matter what level that AK is, right? It could be...
Oh, that is big.
May have never touched it before. It might be rank 1, and you can already put a red dot on there.
Yeah, it gives you that advantage to be able to get in there early with the weapon.
I can tell who here is not an iron sight stand.
Not
like
it.
me.
Yeah,
that's me.
No, I love iron sights. I love iron sights, but having that ability to be able to go across is absolutely fantastic.
Give me some good, clean glass. That's all I need.
Yeah, well, now we got it. No matter what, as long as it's unlocked in that class. But Matt, actually, you know, time to kill is something that players are always curious about with a new title, TTK, time to kill. How did you guys approach that for Black Ops 6?
It is a critically important part of the game. So I'll go through some quick hits, right? We're slightly lower TTK. You're going to die a little bit faster than something like Cold War. We're at 100 health. We've tested a ton of different health values and around with the weapon damage, but we feel like where we're at right now, it sits really well in the world of Black Ops 6 with Omni movement, our attachment philosophy. But of course, we're definitely looking for data and feedback in the beta, so please give it to us in appropriate ways. And we will listen and assess and adjust.
Follow at Treyarch for more on that.
Yes.
We'll be looking for it throughout the beta.
I'm definitely very interested in how Omni movement and that lower TTK are going to play with one another. We're even seeing it here come to life too, and it's been really fascinating. And I think it's only going to just continue to add a little bit more. You know, and make you be a bit more strategic.
Yeah, I mean, it was really important to be able to react.
Yes.
Right. So we don't want the health so low that you just immediately die.
Yeah.
But we don't want it so high to where you get frustrated. Right. So we feel like we're in a really good spot to where you get a little bit of a dance, but you know, we'll see.
Yeah. Now,
designed with Omni movement in mind.
Exactly. Exactly.
Now, Lawrence, my fellow camo enthusiasts out there are many of us. I hear you have some really exciting things for us in terms of challenges this game.
Yeah, so there's a lot you're going to be able to do with weapons. First off, we're bringing reticle challenges and reticle customization back.
Nice.
So that's back to Call of Duty this year. We have an update to the camo system, and as part of that, we have some really dope mastery camos.
We're seeing them right now.
Our Treyarch weapons team has really gone all out,
I love that
and
one.
we are confident we're delivering the best mastery camos we've ever seen in the franchise. Take a look at Dark Matter
word.
here. Back and better than ever. And when you shoot this thing, it actually has some dynamic elements that add and swirl and move. Really dope mastery camos in the game this year. We'll have more to show later in the broadcast with the other modes. But
okay, yeah. If that's just only a taste and a moose boosh.
You got master camos for every mode.
I'm gonna call out. Lawrence said it. The team killed it on
they
the
really
master
did.
camos. I see the conversation come up of which was the best gold camo. I see Black Ops 1 come up a lot. I don't necessarily disagree. I think we've topped it. I think we've topped
bold.
it. Yep.
Bold move, bold move.
Let us know.
Hey,
Yeah, let us know.
there are a lot of cool stuff here, without a doubt, here. And these things are looking absolutely incredible. But also, something is looking equally as incredible are Vault Edition weapons, which, I am very, very excited for. I mean, look at these things. They look so cool.
And everybody is running these on the streams today. Like, we've seen these in action.
They are gorgeous. Of course, if you pre-order the Vault Edition and you can unlock bonus content, including the Hunters versus Hunted Operator Pack, the Mastercraft Weapon Collection, the Gobble Gum Pack, and Season 1 Black Cell. Plus, if you pre-order the Vault Edition, you will get the chance to use these operators and these weapons. And look at these. I mean, this is absolute
insane
shenanigans. You're going to get to use them in the beta. So that's freaking awesome. I'm really stoked for that one.
I like Spooky Fish Knife.
Yeah,
He's trying to hurt you.
That's trying to hurt you.
Yeah, it clearly is Spooky Fish Knife.
I forgot what his actual name is, but that's the one that calls out to me.
That's the name. Actually, they're
perfect.
They're change it in the game.
Yeah,
it's awesome. Now, of course, there is one thing in particular that I have been excited to ask today, and this is the return of Classic Prestige. We saw the announcement. People were popping off about it. Lawrence, what can you tell us about, Classic Prestige? Just give us an overview. What we should be expecting, because I hear Classic, I think Classic.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what we're delivering in Black Ops 6 and then some. So we're super excited to be bringing Classic Prestige back to the franchise. If you're unfamiliar with Classic Prestige, you're going to start leveling up 1 to 55, unlocking content for use in your loadouts. If you hit max level, you're going to have the choice to Prestige, relock all that 1 to 55 content.
Yeah.
Do it again, having gained a little
And do you still get the
prestige.
perma unlock as well, like it was back in the day?
That is back. So every Prestige, you're going to have a permanent unlock. If maybe you lost access to your favorite weapon or your favorite perk, use that permanent unlock, get it back right away. We have 10 Prestiges in Black Ops 6. Make it through those. You'll graduate into Prestige Master with 1,000 levels to climb through.
Let's take a quick look at our sneak peek Prestige 1 icon.
Dude.
So I remember having a conversation with Lawrence in our office. I think maybe we shared an office at the time, talking about bringing this back. And it's like, well, if we're going to make the best Black Ops game ever, then you kind of got to do it. And we said it's got to be a no-brainer to want to enter Prestige. And the team, Lawrence, hats off, like, absolute no-brainer, and I'm going to try to max Prestige. I'm going to try to get Dark Matter. I'm going to try to do all the things.
Yeah, I love that you've said, too, it's not so punishing, that you've made it super rewarding, and, like, of course I'm going to want to relock everything. I'm not risking it all, so to speak.
Yeah.
So on top of that,
it's
pretty great rewards.
Yeah, actually,
talk about too.
That's the other thing too, right? Because one of the things that we always enjoy about the track and putting in that time in and unlocking things and getting stuff. So what are going to be some of the Prestige rewards and just in general that we should be expecting with this?
Yeah, so we didn't want to just bring back Classic Prestige. We wanted to go bigger than ever. We wanted to build the most rewarding version of Classic Prestige we've ever seen. We have a ton of high-value skins, blueprints, charms, and more, all created just for the Prestige system.
Okay.
And I mean, we showed the Prestige 1 icon a minute ago.
Amazing.
If that looked like the World at War zombie to
I was going to ask. It's got it looked really familiar.
Hint, hint.
It's because it is. And so one thing we're doing in Black Ops 6 is each Prestige is actually themed after a game in Black Ops history. So not only are we bringing back a fan favorite classic system, it's oozing with nostalgia. It's going to take you on a trip through the past Black Ops games. We're super excited.
I cannot wait to see what the Black Ops 1 is. Oh, I'm so excited.
I mean, I think people are going to love these so much.
Yeah.
But Lawrence, what happens to your weapons when you're relocking? Just because this is a new system, we want to take people through what they should expect in terms of what happens to our stuff.
Yeah, so it wouldn't be Classic Prestige if it wasn't a little dangerous. You're going to relock that 1 to 55 content. But you're not going to lose weapon progression. You're not going to lose your global weapon builds.
Yep.
You're not going to lose challenge progress. When you re-unlock a weapon, you'll have all the builds you created for that weapon available as soon as you get access again. And it was important to us, to Matt's point earlier, we want players to prestige, but we also want it to pay homage and reflect the classic system.
Yeah.
And so that relock is an important part. You also mentioned the permanent unlock, Alex, so that'll help you mitigate the relock if you really
I'm
lose.
excited.
It's
I'm
still
excited
a little
for that.
scary.
Yeah, so only just a smidgen.
Yeah,
Only
it's a calculated risk, and I like that in my Call of Duty. But it really wouldn't be a Black Ops game without a couple of other things that I think you are going to surprise us with.
Yeah, so we got a lot to unlock in the game. Calling card challenges with a deep set of those. We
Always.
have 100% completion cards in the game at launch. So if you complete the set in multiplayer, zombies, or Warzone, you're going to be rewarded for doing so. Each prestige has its own set of calling
Those are
card
so
challenges.
sick.
The zombies one looks so cool.
We got Dark Ops challenges. You need Dark
Let's
Ops challenges in
go.
a Black Ops game. So if you're unfamiliar with those are as tough as they get. Hidden criteria challenges that we're excited to see which ones the community find and which ones they maybe take a while to discover. We will not be giving hints.
Nope. Okay.
Redacted.
Smart.
But yeah, a lot to unlock and excited to see what resonates with players.